What's going on, everybody? Halo Drama here yet again with another Rewind Rumble reaction video. Now, this one I've been looking forward to doing. Dio Brando from Jojo's Bizarre Adventure and Alucard from Hellsing. I'm very familiar with both of these characters because I have watched both series. It's a toss-up to see how this is gonna go. I mean, they're both immortal vampires. So, excuse me. It's interesting to see how this will go. Only thing, if I had to make a prediction, I'd have to go with Alucard on that one because that dude's got like a million lives. And although Alucard was defeated in his series, he wasn't killed. Dio Brando was killed in his series. That'll be an interesting one. Let's go. Still digging this intro. Rewind Rumble.
For centuries, humanity was obsessed over the myth of the bloodthirsty beast. Many poems, stories, and tellings of such a beast evolved into what we know now as the vampire. Two vampires of modern tellings include Dio Brando and Alucard. Both seek opposing goals, but today, as they intersect, only one can be victorious. Today, we Rewind Rumble.
Oh, Dio Brando he can't stop time though.
Like most vampire stories, both Dio's and Alucard's begin many years ago. Alucard was born in the year 1431 and Dio was born in 1867. During his time as a human, Alucard, aka Vlad at the time, was Prince of Wallachia in Romania. As prince, it was his job to protect the lands. However, due to a dark childhood under captivity of Turkish rule, Vlad the Prince used his emotions to wage war against the Ottoman Empire. He lost that war, and his punishment for losing was execution. Before his imminent death, he drank from the blood of the battlefield and became a vampire. As a vampire, he went on a violent rage over many years until he was defeated and enslaved into the Hellsing family. Under the wing of Hellsing, Alucard was re-given a purpose. Instead of blind rages, he now fights for a cause. Dio Brando was born into poverty and abuse in England during the late 1800s. The abuse mainly came from his drunken father. Little did Dio know at the time, it was the misactions of his dad that gave him a shot at glory. For it was his father who discovered the wrecked carriage of the upper-class Joestar family. Dio's father saw this as an opportunity to rob the carriage, but the Joestars misinterpreted the robbery as an act of help. They were mistakenly thankful for this false act of help, so George Joestar promised to adopt Dio if something ever happened to his dad. The moment Dio knew of this, he figured a way to kill his father and enter the Joestar household. But his plans for riches didn't stop there. He tried to kill George himself to receive all the wealth. Jonathan Joestar discovered Dio's plot and tried to stop him. Dio figured he could no longer hide his sinister ways and revealed the stone mask. This relic found in the Joestar home had the ability to turn humans into vampires. Dio transformed himself, and lo and behold, his generation-aging rivalry with the Joestar family tree began from this point on. With origins out of the way, we can finally discuss the all-important abilities and stats. As vampires, they both have basic vampire-like abilities that include immunity to aging, enhanced physical limits, and a craving for blood. In terms of specifics, Alucard is one who wields many firearms, while Dio Brando prefers throwing knives. But throwing knives is just child's play for Dio. His most iconic choice of weaponry is a steamroller. Of all the weapons in anime/manga weapon history, Dio's weapon of choice is a commercial construction value steamroller. You might be laughing now, but these things can weigh up to 44,000 pounds or roughly 22 tons. Alucard can easily regenerate torn limbs, broken bones, and recover from organ damage. He can shapeshift into many forms, has access to variations of telekinesis and telepathy, and is extremely durable. When Alucard drinks his target's blood, he gains access to their abilities, memories, physical appearance, and soul. Dio can freeze targets to a touch, has SRS eye vision that can shoot razor-sharp pellets, can fly, and arguably his most useful are his stand powers. With Dio's stand powers, he can release and command a Spirit Guardian. With his The World Stand, he could freeze time and pretty much cheat his way to a victory. Both these characters have impressive upgraded forms. Alucard has his level 0 state, which allows him to release many soldiers.
Alucard is OP as
giving him
fuck.
an army of familiars. Dio has his Heaven Ascension form and his Overheaven form. With these forms, Dio can access a slight tier of reality warping. He's not exactly an omni-god, but he does get access to stop time indefinitely as he pleases, as well as minor tampering with reality. As vampires who seek essentially opposite goals, if they ever do actually meet, there's a high chance that will be both the first and the last time they actually encounter each other, as one would reign supreme and the other would be defeated.
Well, yeah, that's usually how a fight works.
And now, let's set ourselves a circumstance. This battle is going to take place within the realms of Egypt with no preparation. Both of these characters are very familiar with the entire globe, so location is likely to not play any factors at all, and without any preparation, they are set on equal playing fields in terms of mindset. With that circumstance bar finally loaded, it's time to rewind Rumble.
Let's go! See how they play this one. Oh yeah, that's not gonna do shit. How can he see Dio stand? That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, you won't kill Alucard with that. No. Stop it.
I really hope you enjoyed that animation. Special thanks to Team Animation Rewind Animator Chaos. You worked really hard
Stop
on this
it.
thing, and if you enjoyed it, make sure you're subscribed to this channel.
I need to hear the analysis on this one.
Also, special thanks to L-Swan62, Durple Purple, and BTL Video Production.
There's no way in
for
hell
providing
you beat
the stats
Alucard
and
by
calculations
smashing
in
him with a
post-analysis.
steamroller.
If you want to check out another Dio fight, please watch Fatal Conflict Episode 2, Dio vs. Spawn, which can be seen on this channel. Stay tuned for the end of the video to find out who's next, and enjoy the post-analysis.
Yeah, make this make sense, please.
The winner of this battle is Dio Brando, but this is no easy victory by any means. A true simulation between these two will last far longer and the battle would be an extremely close call. If you want to compare stats, you can take a look at all four corners of the screen. I'm not going to break down something you can easily read. I will instead answer the two biggest questions when facing this debate. Question 1. What would it take for both of these guys to actually die? Question 2. What is the likelihood of either character achieving that point to their opponent? Let's break down question 1. What would it take to fully wipe out both Alucard and Dio? Alucard himself states in Hellsing Ultimate Episode 2 that there is no such thing as true immortality, so while he is immune to biological aging, he isn't omnipotent by any stretch of the imagination. Dio is in a similar position as well in these regards. He doesn't exactly physically age, but he is susceptible to pain and damage, hence why he tries to avoid getting attacked. But what would it actually take to fully kill off these guys? For Alucard, his greatest strength is his weakness, his level 0 form. In this form, he releases all of his captured souls as an army, but while in this state, he can't regenerate efficiently like a vampire, and he is far more susceptible to being damaged. While technically, if beaten in this form, he can still exist on some level of existing, but if someone does manage to get past his army and finish him off, his spirit won't be in the third dimension, aka the earth we live on anymore. Sure, he can eventually return, but dying and reviving shouldn't be fair game, considering we are trying to find out who wins in a fight as a better fighter. Plus, both characters have elements of revival and an afterlife in their universes, so it wouldn't be fair to consider entering the afterlife as a state of being alive. For Dio Brando, he would disintegrate if under prolonged exposure to sunlight, and if he runs out of blood, he would become very weak as he needs outer blood sources in order to regenerate faster and stay in top shape. He is also weak to ripple energy, which has similar atomic properties as sun rays. So now you know why both characters can be defeated. Now, which is more likely to happen? Is it more likely that Dio can get past Alucard's army and beat him in the 0 form, or is it more likely that Dio is dumb enough to fight Alucard in sunlight or be attacked by ripple energy? Well, for starters, Alucard really
Alucard can definitely walk around in the daytime.
Energy, and
Dio
wouldn't
can't.
know that Dio is weak to sunlight. As the saying goes, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so the likelihood of Dio staying in the same place for 12 hours to be damaged like sunlight is very unlikely. Of course, Dio won't know that Alucard's 0 form is the best form to attack him in, but he will ultimately have to face Alucard in his 0 form because Alucard will be pushed to that limit when facing someone as powerful as Dio. Little does Alucard know, Dio gets stronger when absorbing blood. His army in the 0 form is nothing but mindless blood-filled zombies. This is absolutely the easiest army Dio can possibly face. It's like asking Mario to face an army of 1-up mushrooms. Why should Dio have any problem facing an army of blood-induced zombies? Dio can very easily freeze time, drink their blood, and go for broke onto Alucard. Of course, it's going to take much more than frozen time to stop
He's
Alucard,
talking about what could have happened, but that's not what happened.
Going to greatly help Dio in the long run. And to be fair to Team Alucard,
he smashed him with a steamroller, which
the answer to
Alucard wouldn't die from.
Of course there is. This is a very close call, considering how statistically
I'm trying not to be biased, but
if they face each other multiple times, I can easily see some variations where Alucard wins and some variations where Dio wins. But in this variation,
I can see the majority of
I do believe that Dio deserves
times
to win.
Alucard would
Some
win.
might argue that Alucard's blessed silver bullets should impair Dio's regeneration, because it can do this to other vampires in the Hellsing universe. But Dio isn't a vampire from the Hellsing universe,
That's
nor
fair.
is he weak to silver or blessings. In summary, Alucard's most powerful form is the level 0 form. He uses this form against enemies that are extremely tough. Dio Brando is tough enough to force Alucard to use his 0 form. Once in the 0 form, Dio can get to Alucard and beat him. The likelihood of Alucard getting
Man said he keeps talking about what could have happened. Why didn't you do that in the fight?
To reach his 0 form, making the winner of this Rumble, Dio Brando. Now these two aren't the only vampires around. If you want to see a vampire free-for-all, all you have to do is like this video. If this video gets 8,000 likes, there will be a vampire free-for-all. Also, don't forget to comment down your own ideas for future Rewind Rumbles, and stay tuned.
I feel like the creator is as biased as I'm trying not to be.
On the next episode
well.
of Rewind Rumble.
On to the next. Mewtwo? Is this gonna be some kind of like Pokemon free-for-all? Pokemon versus Digimon? I gotta be honest, I don't know shit about either one. I know they exist. That's it. Alright, I'm gonna save going through the rest of this video, because just like the other videos, it's more or less just pictures and them talking about random bullshit that doesn't pertain to what we just watched. So, like I said, I feel like the creator is biased towards Dio, where I'm trying not to be biased towards Alucard, but there's no way Alucard would get killed by getting crushed by a steamroller. And like I said, the creator keeps talking about what could have happened, different factors, but he didn't do any of that. So, so be it. It's his show. It was enjoyable. I personally disagree with the outcome, but it is what it is. I'm allowed to feel however I want, and as is anybody else. But a decent one, and as far as, I mean, I'll watch it, the Pokemon versus Digimon one, but I really don't know anything about either. I know they exist. I never got into either one when I was younger. Never really cared. But, so be it. On to the next one when I have time. So, until next time, peace.